we should find ways not to trust such entities with such sensitive information. We are like brainwashed into believing that this is for our own good. This is to stop the terrorists and pedophiles out there, which everyone would hate, of course. But my personal information is stored somewhere that everyone has access to. And in this case, someone can bribe someone overseas to release that information. It's very simple to do, and it happens all the time. So the best thing to do is to refrain from sharing the information. And also, governments should not use this as an excuse, these anti-money laundering laws, to require exchanges to hold such information. It doesn't matter how competent they are. There's a lot of incentive for people to attack them and obtain some percentage of their information. It's playing with gunpowder, and there's going to be some explosions. Better not to gather all the gunpowder in one place.
Yeah, that's like terrible. That's terrible, actually. That's kind of scary. So on the point you touched on about government, like not using our KYC data, or actually probably it would be better to not do KYC at all, is that I've seen some point made by Zach XBT, if I'm pronouncing the name correct, which is like an investigator, journalist, researcher, kind of like me. I do a lot of similar stuff, but he's much more prolific. After the Bybit hack, which we did talk about before, so after that hack, he was like following on the DPRK affiliated money laundering activities, and then he at some point he just flipped and he wrote a post saying that spending long hours helping freeze funds for the Bybit hack has been eye-opening for him. And then he said centralized exchanges end up being worse than other entities because when illicit funds flow through them, if you take multiple hours to respond when it only takes minutes to launder. KYT is completely flawed and easily evadable. KYC is just a honeypot for regular users because of breaches and insiders, and is useless in majority of cases due to purchased accounts. So this goes back to the probably KYC is some kind of an we could consider it as something an anti Second Amendment thing, because like if you take a look at this, so there would be a lot of people saying like there shouldn't be weapons being like you shouldn't be able to purchase these because people want to people will misuse them or abuse them. And then we could see that actually the bad people will always, even if you make it illegal, will always find a way to go around that, circumvent it, and get what they want. So if you put KYT, KYC, all the three-letter, I don't know,
Evils.
schemas for evils on users, it will still be possible for criminals to do what they want to do. They won't be stopping people. But the thing is, when you do this for users, now you're making even a worse situation and helping the criminals by, like, as Zach said, for data breaches or insiders. So he said this March 18th. So he kind of predicted that this insider thing happening in Coinbase. An insider support agent would give data and receive bribes, right? So he kind of predicted that this would happen. And then the valuable, sensitive of formation of KYC data would end up in the hands of the wrong people, people who are willing to pay for these data. You see, there were people who paid to get these data. So they have very evil objectives in their minds to use these data, because it's not only, so if there's a data breach, we could say that it's probably a ransom kind of a thing, or they want to just take data hostage or something like that. uh, if it was leaked on the dark web or something, we could say, okay, it's out there, but nobody is using it to attack others. But this case, it's people who went out of their way and provided some kind of an investment into getting this data. So what do they want to do with it? You could just only imagine. It would be like probably digital attacks, phishing, spear phishing, hacks, and even worse of all, it would be physical attacks. So
Yes.
now they have the addresses of people who have like probably maybe a few millions of dollars. So if I had a few millions of dollars, and if my name and address was out there, I should probably seriously consider changing my name, changing my address, and changing everything I have. Like I should just go disappear, because like there would be people who would be after me to just get those funds from me. And it's the best kind of the funds, because it's irreversible transactions. They could just $5 inch attack me, take the money from me, and then there's nothing that can be done about it after that. So it is like very attractive. So just keep this in mind, that it is much more dangerous than the others.
I want to just add some points and then we will keep on with the video. KYC, it became so normal among the crypto participants or even Bitcoin users. I am guilty of using KYC services for the convenience. You went to the supermarket, you paid with your money, and you bought whatever you wanted. But you do the same transaction online. Your name, your legal name, even in some cases, or at least your legal last name, has to be there on the website for them to ship the product to you. I remember once I went to the post office and I had my name Momo as the receiver. And because it was not delivered to my address and it was delivered to the post office and I was showing my ID there, they were kind of refusing to give me my own package. And I was like, what are the chances of two people having the same name, the same address, and I'm kind of impersonating the other person? This is my fucking nickname, and I don't want to use my full name on a website that I just buy some stuff from. But these things have become so normal in the online world, and especially with crypto. We went to the exchanges, we bought dollars in exchange for our money. No one asked for our ID card. I know that the more fucked your country is, these rules come into place, and it is something that I see happening in the countries with a huge inflation. These things were not normal, but all of a sudden, if you want to buy Bitcoin, you have to give your ID card, your picture, look around to prove that you are a living human being, and then you are able to buy crypto, Bitcoin, or whatever. This was not normal. They normalized it to protect the innocent, the victims. But this is what bites us in the ass.